Hey everyone, it's V, and welcome back to the channel. In last video, we went ahead and made sure the CRT TV was working. As you can see, we got Super Mario 64 on it right now. Just love this little TV, it's great. And in today's video, we're going to actually be taking apart and cleaning my SNES system, because when I first purchased it, like 2 years ago, I just checked to see if it powered on. I didn't actually plug a game in it and test or anything. And looking at it, it's kind of dirty. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today. So here we have my Super Nintendo right here. As you can see, it's got a little dirt on it. It is not the cleanest, especially in these little cracks right here. And if you look in there, there's also dirt and grime as well. And the pin connector is not the cleanest at all. So we're going to go ahead, take this apart, clean it out, and then see if it works. So first thing we gotta do is we gotta flip this thing over onto the back. And there's going to be 6 of these holes right here. Each one is going to have a screw. Mine is actually missing 2 screws, so I only got to take out 4. But what you're going to need is just a tool like this with this kind of bit. I believe this one is the 4.5 if you want to do it yourself. So let me go ahead and take those screws out. All right, screws are out. I only managed to get 3 screws out. One of the other ones is still sort of stuck in there. I don't know if that is intentional or not, but we can lift it off here. Just like that. Get that top off. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of dirt and grime in there, but that's okay. We're going to be cleaning it. And here we can actually see the system itself. Not very intricate or anything. It's pretty simple. Your little ejector paddle where the game gets plugged in, then all your heat shields and other stuff. Obviously, do not touch the board with your bare hands, or if you do, just be careful with it. You don't want to be taking off any diodes or electrical components like that. Right here, the little game ports just slide right out, connected by a ribbon cable. And I believe this paddle just gets lifted up just like that. Pull that out, get that spring. And it looks like we had some friends in here. If you can see right there in the bottom corner, looks like an ant or something. A little bit of rusting on the board. Can't really do much about the rust, but everything else we can give it a quick clean and hopefully get it nice and worthy to be played again. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So first off, all I'm going to do is get my 91% alcohol here. Get a Q-tip and get it wet. And I'm just going to go around the base of it here and try to clean out all that gunk that's in here. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is the inside of the machine anyways. Looks like we got some hair in here, so definitely want to get as much dust and debris like that out as possible, just so that way it doesn't short the board or cause problems in the future when this thing gets moved around. Let's go ahead, get all of that. Again, you want to be super careful when you get this stuff over by the board. You don't want to soak any of the electrical components too much, or else they could lose contact with their traces. And as you can see here, I can't really take any of this rust off or anything that's just going to be on there. Okay, and now I'm just going to grab my little microfiber towel. I'm going to wipe off the surfaces in here real quick. So this main one, that one, that one. Don't want to apply too much force. Just enough to make some contact. And now we're going to tackle the top. So obviously the top here has a lot more grime and dirt in it, as you can see. But we also don't have any electrical components. Everything's all mechanical. So we don't have to worry about as much here. Again, just gonna spray some alcohol in here and go by with my microfiber cloth and clean it out as best as I can. All right, I went ahead and cleaned out the inside as best as I could. And now I see why I was missing 2 screws, because one got stripped right here. Very badly, it looks like. And then another one got broken off right over here. So, good to know. So let's go ahead, flip this over, and now I'm going to work on getting the outside of this cleaned up. And just like that, it's a little bit cleaner now. Now, a cool thing about the SNES is you can actually make this thing play Japanese and English games by just modifying it slightly. Now, this one has already been modified by, if you open up here, there should be 2 little pins right here where my finger's pointing at. But as you can see, somebody has already taken them off for me, which is great. Because if you don't know, SNES game has 2 little slots on the back. Let me grab one real quick. Like this, as you can see here, that actually slide into those 2 little plastic pins. Now, the Japanese cartridges, which I don't actually have one right now, either don't have those pins sort of slide-ins, or they have like different ones. But if they're not there, they can still plug into the board. So your SNES basically is region-free at that point, which is really cool in my opinion. But let's go ahead and get this thing back together. So just a quick little tip for anyone who is putting theirs back together. You have this spring right here, and it is kind of a pain to reinstall. So let me zoom in real quick here for you. So as you can see right here, we have this little connector and there's a hole right here. Your spring is going to have a long side and then a short side on my other finger. And what you want to do is you want to take the long side of that spring, jam it in right there. And then you want to very, very carefully get your paddle back in. That small spring is going to catch right there. And then all you got to do is line up the holes. Just got to wiggle it around. There we go. Got it back in. And as we can see, it works again. And I almost forgot to clean the pins, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Try not to get any of these hairs stuck on them. Actually, it doesn't look like they were too dirty to begin with. So there we go. Everything's back together. Power button still clicks. Reset button still works. And ejection button works as well. So let's go ahead, get this plugged in, and see if it can play a game. So here we go, moment of truth. Let's see if it powers on. Light came on. Nintendo. APE. It looks like it's working to me. Oh. That's freaky. Okay. And Earthbound. Cool. Well, there we go. We have successfully cleaned and now tested the SNES, and it does in fact work. So, as always, if you like the kind of content I make here, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.